student had arrived. And not just any student, a fine boy. Tall, calm, light smile, neat uniform like he ironed it with prayer. His name was Ethan. Even teachers were greeting him politely as if he was a government project. Girls in class suddenly began adjusting their hair every 5 seconds. Ngozi whispered, "Jane, if fine boy were money, this one is dollars." Jane didn't even respond because she was staring, not blinking, just staring. During break, Jane went to buy puff puff and akara like usual. She balanced everything carefully and turned and jammed into someone. Everything fell. Puff puff scattered, akara rolled like football. Students shouted. Jane froze in horror. Then she heard a voice. "Sorry, are you okay?" She looked up. It was Ethan. Jane wished the ground would open and swallow her and her ancestors. She quickly bent down to pack the food, pretending she wasn't dying inside. Ethan helped her pick them. Then he smiled and said, "You must really like puff puff." Ngozi, who was watching from afar, nearly fainted laughing. Jane wanted to disappear permanently. From that day, something changed. Ethan started greeting her. Not mocking, not laughing, just normal greeting. "Good morning, Jane." And every time he said her name, Jane's heart would start behaving like generator that needed servicing. Of course, trouble doesn't sleep. One afternoon, 3 girls cornered Jane behind the classroom. Leader of the group, Vivian, folded her arms. "So, you think you can talk to Ethan now?" Jane swallowed. "I'm not talking to anybody." Vivian smirked. "Better don't. Boys like Ethan don't look at girls like you." They laughed and walked away. Jane stood there quietly. For the first time in a long time, she didn't feel like eating. That same day after school, Jane sat alone under a mango tree. Then Ethan walked over. He sat beside her. For a moment, neither of them spoke. Then he said something that shocked her completely. "I don't like this school." Jane blinked. "Why?" Ethan looked at the ground. "Because people pretend too much." He turned to her and smiled softly. "You don't pretend." Jane didn't know what to say. Nobody had ever said something like that before her. Just as they were talking, a black car stopped at the school gate. 3 men stepped out. They weren't